Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Rades. This is the FIBA Basketball World Cup African Qualifiers, and it's the clash between Tunisia and Angola. Well, the good news for these fans here in Tunisia watching, their team is, hey, they're going to be at the World Cup. They've already punched their ticket. We just watched Chad win 69-63. We've got this one, then we got Cameroon going up against Egypt. Right now, folks, you need to feast your eyes on these standings. Tunisia up at the top 8-0. You got to just bow down to them. They have been terrific. The AfroBasket winners up at the top. Angola, though, at 6-2, they look like they are about to punch their ticket for the World Cup as well, or at least they will eventually. You need to finish in the top 2 of your group. If not, you need to have the best third place record of teams in the 2 groups. Now, the question is, who is going to finish second in this group? Who's going to finish third, and will that third place be enough? Right now, Cameroon are in third place, and they are looking pretty solid. But they will play later tonight. Right now, it's all about Mario Palma trying to stay unbeaten as the coach ever since he took over this Tunisia team in these meaningful games. He led them to AfroBasket glory last summer, and they went unbeaten in the first round of the qualifiers, and they also won their first 2 games here in Rades. So it's been all good in Tunisia, growing power. For Angola, well, you know, Angola is Angola. I mean, everybody knows that for the longest time they were African basketball, and they are trying to get back to the top. And to get back to the top, they're going to have to beat teams like Tunisia, beat teams like Nigeria, and, you know, for so long, for really 2 decades, they were the kings of the sport, always appearing at the Olympics, at World Cups. But now, you know, there's more balance on the continent, and one of the teams that has clearly emerged has been this Tunisia team. And it's not the usual suspects. You know, Salah Mejri has been playing basketball in America with the Dallas Mavericks. But, you know, Tunisia are showing that they've got more than 1 or 2 players. They have depth, Macklin Ben Ramdam, and they've got experience. Michael Roll as well there. You can see playing in this window. He's outstanding. And Salah Mejri has come back to play in this one. So, you know, it's been kind of a chance for everybody to see their NBA star. So it's all good right now for Tunisia. Right now we're going to have the playing of the national anthems. Well, national anthems played, and now the players will meet at midcourt. They know each other well. They've had many battles in Africa over the years. Will Voigt, coach of Angola, used to be the coach of Nigeria, famously, including at the Olympics 2 years ago. He also led Nigeria to a title on this very floor, the AfroBasket 2015. Felipe Barrera, Kingsley Ojeaburu, and Ruben Leslie, the referees for this game. And if you think that Tunisia don't have as much incentive to go out and win this game now that they've already qualified, well, think again. I mean, they want to finish top of the group. But more than that, their fans are here. So they're playing at home. Angola are not getting a free pass today. There's Mario Palma. Well, Domingos, Moreira, Moraes, Carlos Moraes, Leonel Paulo, Jacques Conceição, Pedro Bastos. It's a good lineup for Angola. Certainly they got the players to beat the reigning African champions. Tunisia, well, Abada, Chanufi, Mafrouk, Hadidan, Piazza, Ramadan, Michael Roll, how crucial for him to be back. Salmane, all good for Tunisia from top to bottom. So it'll be Gerson Domingos, Jose Antonio, Yannick Moreira, Reggie Moore, and Carlos Moraes in the starting five. Starting five for Tunisia: Makram Ben Ramdam, Michael Roll, Omar Bada, Salah Mejri, and Morad Malbrook.
Okay, let's go. This down, first play. I don't want no more this today. I don't want this. First, don't come. Open to the corner. Okay, no more play, so we have more space to play.
So Will Voigt, what can he do in this situation? We just saw Mario Palma. Will Voigt, highly regarded, used to be a part, obviously, of that San Antonio Spurs coaching setup. Learned from the master, Greg Popovich, and you know, he's distinguished himself already in international basketball as far as I'm concerned, and that's why he's been able to transition easily into a job with, I guess you would call him the enemy, to leave Nigeria for Angola. Mario Palma, he had so much success as the head coach of Angola for so many years, and he knows how these guys play. He knows all about these guys. Obviously, after that, he coached other teams, Jordan, Portugal, his native Portugal, And, well, he was the man that Tunisia contacted when they needed a new coach. Adel Talatli was for so long the head coach. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to Radis on the outskirts of Tunis, Tunisia. This is the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifier between Tunisia and Angola. And starting things off, Makram Ben Ramdan, one of the experienced, one of the champs. Played on all of their successful teams the past several years. Carlos Moraes misses, and Omar Bada gets the rebound. Now, Morad Al-Brook, one of those very important perimeter players for Tunisia. Bada. Now Reggie Moore. You know Tunisia are already good, but when you bring Roll back and you bring Salah Mejri back, they just look at that pass. And chalk up the assist to Roll into 2 points for Abada. You bring those two back. They were former teammates back at Antwerp, and it was Mejri who suggested to former coach Adel Talatli that Michael Roll would be a great player to have in their team, and they naturalized him, and he's been a ultimate team player for them. With Makram Ben Ramdan bumped. Of course, they tried to get to the 2016 Olympics, but they did not win the Olympic qualifying tournament that was held in Turin. But the thing about the Olympics in Tokyo is you have to get to the World Cup first to have a chance to qualify. And they already know that they're going to be in the running for a spot in the Olympics. There's Makram Ben Ramdan. That was on the way down over the rim. That's 2 points. Look at this again. Exciting player, Morea. So many great games, folks, around the world during these World Cup qualifiers. Russia just holding off Bulgaria 77-73. Greece just won, possibly had the greatest finish ever in the World Cup qualifiers. The last second shot transition to beat Georgia 86-85. So Greece have booked their place in the World Cup with that win. Now Makram Ben Ramdan knocks it off of Angola. Reggie Moore saves it in bounds. Carlos Moraes. Puts it up and hits the three. So 7-6. There's a Roll, short. Excuse me, 7-3 in favor of Tunisia. And this was Moraes drilling the long one. Salah Mejri short. Sort of a latecomer to basketball, really. And it was under, again, Talatli. He kind of discovered him, pushed him, and didn't take long. You know, he spent a few years in Europe and went to the NBA. Moore takes the long one, the three, and gets it back now to 8-6. And Gerson Domingos tries to, well, he was let's see, what have they called here? This was Reggie Moore with the 3. Here in Rades, in these second-round games, Tunisia started with a 65-50 win over Morocco, and then they won by 22 points over Egypt, 69-47. Morea shows that gifted jump shot. Angola won 83-76 over Cameroon. And they also won 75-33 over Chad. Now the turnover gives the ball back. Well, he was called for the foul because he kind of draped his arm over Morea of Angola. Morea misses. Now roll. Crosses midcourt. Now Makram Ben Ramdan and Salah Mejri. And Morad Al-Bouk. Well, didn't have to save it because it's going to be Angola possession. Now the pass from Moraes to Moore goes out of bounds. Ball passed inside, and Makram Ben Ramdan puts it up and in. So Tunisia back in front. Leonel Paulo goes to the baseline, then passes it back out. Gershon Domingos puts it up, and the lefty's no good, but Morea able to get the rebound. Now Moore. He had the shot, then he thought he had an ease, they were going to get a better shot if he made the pass and turned it over. And the ball going back to Tunisia. Let's see the foul there. Well, pretty decent start for Angola, really. I mean, they fell behind early. They came back. Seem to have figured a few things out since the first leg. They're playing, this is their toughest competition, really. I mean, Cameroon are tough, don't get me wrong. Tunisia just a little bit different level. Makram Ben Ramdan misses. He's had his struggles at the free throw line. Now he hustles back, comes up with the ball. Then took the shot, missed it. And it's going to end up with the ball. Reggie Moore slow to get up. Going back to Tunisia. Reggie Moore, they're not taking any chances, taking him off the court here with 3:38 to go in the first quarter. Banged up a little bit. Hopefully he's okay. Roll. Dribbles behind his back. Misses with the shot. Abada. Now Abada again. Hands it off to Ben Ramdam. And that is a quality finish. (13-10). Points seem to be coming at a premium here in this first quarter. The team struggling a little bit offensively, and that was a travel. So Julio Afonso called for the wall. Yanni in the game wearing the goggles for Tunisia. He's got the ball there. Ball goes out of bounds. Yanni was actually a 3x3 player. And so gifted that they got him into this national team program. Conceição checks into the game. Moore back in as well, so he's feeling good again after that knock. Now the pass inside, and well, a foul has been called, so free throws for João Lopes Pedro, number 7. Here he is. First one is good for Will Voigt's team, hanging tough. Second one is good as well. 1:44 to go here in the opening quarter. Remember, Tunisia have already qualified for the World Cup. Angola are 6-2. They lost a couple of games in the first round, but they've won both of their games coming into this one here in Rades. And the pass into the backcourt, that's going to turn it over. You love hearing Mario Palmer. The guys on the court make the mistake, but then he goes and gives a lecture to the guys sitting behind him on the bench. Reggie Moore, and again for another long jump shot. That was a three. So he's had threes fall from both corners today. Long jump shot is off target. And now the ball turned over. And Lahiani puts it up and in. So a good pass from Murad El Malbrook. Reggie Moore carried. Looked like the ball kind of got stuck on his body as he was driving in. Well, he's got the athleticism. So you might as well get Lahiani the ball. Abada with 19 seconds to go, about a second and a half differential on the game clock and the shot clock. So they'll try to hold it for one. Lahiani gets in there for the offensive rebound, puts it up, and draws the foul. Well, he's becoming a factor now. I tell you, if he develops into a big player for Tunisia, you might see an explosion of those goggle sales here in Tunis, but he misses the free throw. So that is how the first quarter finishes. Tunisia up 17-15 on Angola. See the shooting number, 6 of 12 for inside the arc for Tunisia, 2 of 6 for Angola, but they've hit 3 3-pointers, Angola. And here's some of the highlights of that first quarter. Lahiani getting that offensive rebound and put back right there late. Tunisia have already booked their spot in the World Cup. They've done it already, you know, in Africa. They've won AfroBasket titles. They've played at the Olympics. They've played at World Cups. They've had the success in Africa, and they want to get better on that world stage. So they'll have that chance to try to win some more games at the World Cup when they play. There's Reggie Moore again, his third three-pointer. And you could say the same for Angola, really. I mean, they've been terrific over the years in Africa. But on the big stage at World Cups and Olympics, they haven't really done anything. Lahiani for three. So Angola up one after that Moore basket. Lahiani's going to go right at Moore. Oh, impressive back to the basket move for him. Puts his team back in front. Now, Hadidan knocks the ball away, but Angola get it back. And free throws coming for João Lopes Pedro again. Voigt seems to be making progress here with this Angola team. I've got to be honest, I wasn't that impressed when they played in the last window. And they look more composed, more concentrated, better idea what they want to do here in this window so far. I mean, obviously they've won 2 games already, and right now they're beating Tunisia, a team that has yet to lose in the qualifiers, and also the reigning AfroBasket champions. And the block shot. And Lopez, look at it. Look at that. They're fired up, aren't they? This is my house, he says. Folks, by the way, if you want to watch, if you want to look at information, news, stats, info, features, see the photos, live videos, load the FIBA Basketball World Cup app into your smartphone. You can also log into worldcup.basketball. Another quick pass, and Lahiani catches it and in the air and draws the foul. There he is again. First one is good. "27 years of age. Firas Lahiani makes both. Averaging 7.2 points, 4.7 rebounds in the qualifiers. He only played 10 minutes in the opener against Cameroon. Excuse me, he played 22 minutes against Egypt. And the pass, and Leonel Paulo puts it up and in. And he had 15 points and 7 rebounds in that win. Now the drive, and the basket is good from Lionel Paolo, fouled by Lahiani. And the free throw is good. Lionel Paolo, a very focused team. I keep telling you with Angola, they've looked sharp today. Canio in the game. Samani as well is in the game. Number 45. So Chinufi is in the game. Haridan, Kaniwa, Lahiani, and Slimani for Tunisia. From the corner. Now that triggers a break with Makram bin Ramdan, but he's going to hold up. He's just checked back in. And the ball goes back over to Angola. Now the drive and a foul called on Makram bin Ramdan. Didn't do too much wrong there. You can see he's a bit surprised by the call. First one is good from Paolo. And the veteran takes his time and makes the second one as well. So, Angola starting to put a little bit of distance between themselves and Tunisia. They're up 27-21. And you know that Mario Palma doesn't want to lose to Angola, the team that he used to coach. Mesri turns, puts it up. Lionel Paolo stops to avoid the collision. Now the pass, turnover, ends up in the hands of Roll. He gets it to Abada. Back to Roll, pulls up for three. Good! 27-24. Something about hitting that three-pointer on the break, it just looks great, doesn't it? Here we go. Montesal goes to the right corner. Oh, what a finish. That time from Angola's Julio Afonso. You might want to put that one on the highlight reel. Great control. And finish with the left hand. Well, nice burst from Chinufi, showing his quickness to beat his defender easily, and then the goal interference call. Make sure that the basket is counted. The goal interference called on Lopez. So that gets it back to a 3-point game. A three-pointer, no good off the back of the iron. Lopez with the rebound. Goes up with the left hand. Now Roll has it. Hands it off to Abada. Cross court to Chinufi. Now Roll dumps it down low to Makram Ben Ramdam. Antonio's into the game now for Angola. 4:51 to go in the first half. And Roll takes the bump. That foul is, I think, team foul number 5. Or maybe it's team foul number 4. Yeah, team foul number 4. Chinufi off the back of the iron, but the long rebound out to Roll. Now Omar Abada. Roll open, top of the key. Now Conceição. Angola passing the ball around. Conceição now inside. And one pass too many. Coming up on the 4-minute mark here in the first half. Roll, spins, shoots, and hits the jumper. Three-point attempt is no good. That was long. Angola by 1. Tunisia can go back in front. Mesri to Roll. Former UCLA star. And Makram Ben Ramdam off target. Kick. Looks an even game, isn't it? I thought for a minute there Angola might start to pull away a little bit, but Tunisia's done a good job of reeling them back in. Roll trying to get the steal. Reggie Moore's had the hot hand, and he continues to rain three-pointers. So Reggie Moore, they'll be hoping for more from him from Angola. Oh, beautiful finish from Makram Ben Ramdan. That is top stuff right there. Right out of the top drawer. And a little floater from Carlos Moraes. Salamajri comes down with the ball. Now it's Michael Roll. Morad Al-Malbrook misses. Carlos Moraes in the open floor. And Moraes there to pick up the mess after Jose Antonio not able to put the ball in the basket. Carlos Moraes, or excuse me, Yannick Moreira. Johnny on the spot. Makram Ben Ramdan's pass batted away, but Omar Abada has it. Malbrook again, this time hits the three. Back to a one-point game. Oh, he had to put some arc on that to get it over Salah Mejri, but Jose Antonio did just that. Look at this. Put this on the highlight reel. I'll have a lot of highlights. So Morad Al-Malbrook might be the best three-point shooter this Tunisia team has. There's Omar Abada. Well, saying that, he must have heard me. He's like, how about me? And just like that, Tunisia have knotted it. Some great basketball here, folks. Here in the African qualifiers for the World Cup. Tunisia have already booked their spot. Angola trying to join them. Angola. Carlos Moraes, little jump hook. Michael Roll has time, gives it to Malbrook, pulls up for three. Go! And that is how you run a break at the end of a half. Makram Ben Ramdan takes the pass from Michael Roll. They knew exactly how much time they had. And that's why these guys are the champions of Africa. (39-36), Tunisia on top of Angola at halftime. Well, Reggie Moore has took a shot to the nose there. That's why he had to leave the game. He must have had some blood coming out. But look at the shooting. 5 threes for Tunisia, 5 for Angola. 56% inside the arc for Tunisia. Angola out-rebounding Tunisia, but Tunisia do have those 10 assists as well. Angola 7 of 15 inside the arc. Angola do have the 11 turnovers. So, folks, here are some highlights from this first half. And there will be plenty of them because there's been a lot of good basketball played here in Rades, just on the outskirts of Tunis. Both teams eager to leave a good impression from this group phase here, the opening group phase for the second round for the African teams. Each of these teams will have 3 games remaining, but again, the good news is for Tunisia that they've already been so good in the qualifiers that they've qualified. They've qualified with 4 games to spare. I mean, that's how good they've been. And the same you can say for Nigeria. Angola had some couple of tough losses coming into this phase of the competition, the start of the second round, but they too have won their first 2 games in this second round. So a lot more good basketball to come, folks. Make sure you're here for the start of the second half.
Vous êtes les deux gagnants. Bravo, bravo. Vous avez le cadeau de l'Université centrale. Merci pour la participation. J'aimerais.
Well, going over the strategy here is 39-36. Tunisia on top of Angola. It's a barn burner, folks. This is a great African qualifier for next year's FIBA Basketball World Cup. And Tunisia already have booked their place, obviously with 4 games to spare, but Angola still have some work to do, and they want to come out here and win. They want to make a statement. They want to say, hey, we're still the kings of Africa, even though we've perhaps slipped a little bit. We want to get back to where we were. And, it's just a great game. Will Voigt coaching this team. Clearly his imprint on the Angolan basketball program evident now, starting to make inroads. It's a challenge for coaches, for players. The World Cup qualifiers, you're not together much, so you have to figure things out. And they are, the more games that they have in these, especially the advantage on the third day is that you've had some practice time and you've had some games. So everybody's on the same page. But the disadvantage is, if you want to call it a disadvantage here in Africa, is that you've got you're on your third day, a little bit of tiredness sets in. But this is a Tunisia that, again, is trying to cement its place as Africa's top team. And, both they and Nigeria have won the big honors in recent times. And they certainly want to go next year to the World Cup and win some ball games. So the Tunisian fans that have come out tonight, getting a good show. We got this thing where in the crowds where they get you to turn on your smartphones and put on your flashlight. That's what makes that great look. Second half action underway here, folks, in Rades, here in Tunisia. This is the FIBA Basketball World Cup African qualifiers. And it's the clash between Tunisia and Angola. If you want to watch a big African game, this is it. Salah Mejri missing with the jumper from on the baseline. There's Sean Domingos missing and then gets in there. And Salah Mejri getting the foul. Bounce pass to Makram Ben Ramdam, and he was fouled, tripped up, I think, by is it Gershon Domingos or Yannick Moreira? Well, you never know what's going to happen in the qualifiers, folks. Germany, unbeaten, coming into today, heavily favored probably against Israel, playing in Germany and Leipzig. Israel have won 92-90. Saw Greece win 86-85 in front of 9,000 fans in Georgia. Russia held on against Bulgaria 77-73. It is an amazing experience, these World Cup qualifiers. Fans are enjoying what they're seeing as long as their team wins, I guess. Anyway, back here to Africa, and it's Angola trying to give their fans something to cheer about. And with moves like that from Lionel Paulo, gonna definitely get them on their feet. Alley-oop pass, and almost went in for Salah Mejri. And great play, Makram Ben Ramdam defensively, almost getting the steal. Now Reggie Moore. Oh, he is on fire, folks. Goodness me. Call the fire department. Call Los Bomberos. 5 3-pointers. Now Michael Roll for 3 off the front of the iron. And Angola again. In front. And trying to play with some control here. Reggie Moore has taken 5 threes, and he's hit 5 threes. And those are the only shots that he's taken in the game. And what a beautiful move there by Yannick Moreda. Great footwork by him. The crowd calling for a travel, but, well, looked pretty good from here. Abada. Over to Roll. And Salah Mejri with the offensive rebound. He gets blocked by Moreda. And now I think a technical has been called on Salah Mejri. Can't remonstrate like that when the foul hasn't been called. And Moreda just calmly walks away. Look at this. I mean, that looks like a good block to me, albeit from behind. So Carlos Moraes goes to the line for Angola and misses the free throw, the technical. Almost think in those cases you need to let the guy that makes the big play go up and take the free throw, like Morea. Will Voigt's the kind of coach you feel like he's like, I've seen it all, coaching first Nigeria and now Angola. Some of these games are really exciting and unpredictable, and Reggie Moore finally misses a shot. Again. And now here comes Tunisia. Michael Roll. So Lionel Paulo has Ditu Tala on the back of his jersey. I'm not sure why, but I know we can find out eventually. First one is good from Roll. So Paolo going to inbounds the ball and gets it to Morea. And the ball goes now over to Tunisia. Bada brings it up the floor. Great basketball game here on the last day here in Rades. Mejri gets inside, can't quite knock it in. Festive atmosphere here in Tunisia. Roll to Morad Al-Brook. Bounce pass, Makram Ben Ramdan. Well, his pass to Mejri was just that little bit too hard. He gets it back and ends up getting a potential three-point play here. Basket is good. Well, the free throw is good, rather, so the three-point play. And Roll, I think, called for the foul on Morea. And Morea misses the first one. And both of them, in fact, as Salam Mejri goes up there to make sure it doesn't go in. And this time the alley-oop is caught and put in the basket for Mejri. Mejri's like, I'm the NBA man. I got to get my points now. Salam Mejri has 3 points now. Sure what Will Voigt's upset about. Definitely a little bit hot under the collar. Well, three-point shot they got for Carlos Moraes, but he missed. Treasury back to Roll. Roll pulls up and hits it. Nails it. So Angola called timeout and tried to change gears here a little bit. Midway through the third quarter.
You pick it. When you pick, you sprint because you're going to receive the ball.
Rice has
Okay?
6 rebounds, it says.
You're the 4 on this. So, John, you're the one
And
that's coming up. Got it. Get to your spot.
15
though.
points
You don't have to be the 3. Get to
from
the
Moore.
mid-range there. Okay?
9
Look at
from
that
Paolo.
short corner. Okay? Just stay in that short
No, 23, not the middle. 23, okay?
18 points from Makram Ben Ramadan. Roll has 9, Lahiani 8.
X. 1 and 2. Here, over here. Yes, the ball. Yes, come on. 1 and 2, come on. 1 and 2, come on.
Morel Palma barking out some instructions. 48-43. Paolo could kind of lost the grip of the ball as he got inside the lane. Morit El Malbrook gets it to Rondon, then bounce pass in the alley-oop. Folks, listen, that has got to be the play of the game right there. What passing. And now Tunisia get it back. El Malbrook for 3. Threatening to lower the boom are Tunisia, but had that one gone in. And Morea comes down and calmly drills the baseline jumper. And another one from Abada. Domingos. So the three-point shot from Abada's given him an 8-point lead. That was just a spectacular play by Tunisia that they drew up over there on the sidelines. Something about the ball slipping out of the hands at this end of the floor. Good to see Salah Mejri getting down there and scrapping for the ball. Three-pointer. Missed everything, and now Roll dribbles with his head up, looking to make the pass that leads to the bucket. Rabada. Now Mejri. Here's Salah Mejri. Loses it, gets it back. El Malbrook hits the three right at the shot clock buzzer. Tunisia go up by 11 points. Well, Yannick Morea is having a nice game today. Points, 4 rebounds. But El Malbrook as well. Struggled with his shot a little bit today, 2 of 8, but he seems to be the guy for the big occasion. Certainly has been in the past. Conceição. And now out in the hands of Morea. And good rebound from Makram Ben Ramdam. 1:24 remaining here in the third quarter. Those were his numbers. 18 points, 2 of 3 at the stripe. Could go down really as the most decorated of all the Tunisian players, Makram Ben Ramdam. And you look back and see all the teams that he's been a part of. This is the free throw. He does have his free throw issues. Nice the second, up to a 10-point lead. We'll go through what he's won here in just a second. Makram Ben Ramdam. There's Lionel Paulo into Morea. So he was in the team that finished third at the FIBA AfroBasket in 2009. He was in the team that won it in 2011. He was in the team that also played at the FIBA Basketball World Cup in 2010. In the team that FIBA AfroBasket 2011. Excuse me. There's Roll with the rebound. He's in the team that played at the Olympics in 2012. Yeah, the team that won it in 2011, the AfroBasket. Salah Mejri takes it all the way. Makram Ben Ramdam gets it back and then has it taken away. 40 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Angola up against it a little bit now. Lionel Paulo, oh, he had a layup and he just missed it. Ben Ramdam was in that team that was upset in 2013 and lost in the quarterfinals. And the long one is good from El Malbrook. But Ben Ramdam was in the team in 2015 that finished third again, and then of course last year in the team that won it, 2017. He averaged, this is an impressive stat line, 11.7 points, 10.5 rebounds per game. Makram Ben Ramdam. But he had an absolute nightmare at the free throw line, hitting 10 of 36 for 27.8%. So Conceição at the free throw line now with 5.3 seconds to go here in the quarter. Conceição again. Final seconds. El Malbrook for three. Good! I told you. In the big moments, he comes through. And he has come through. And I would suggest it's not that Angola have played badly. Okay, they've missed some shots, but this Tunisia team, they've turned it up a notch. 60-48, Tunisia on top of Angola. 10 minutes remaining. Reggie Moore has had the hot hand today for Angola, but it hasn't been enough as Tunisia continue to turn it up a notch, but they've got to show that they can close the game. Still got 10 long minutes, plenty of time for Angola to come back. Makram Ben Ramdam certainly has provided a lot of thrills today for these home fans. He could put up a big number today. And Ramdam with 19 points, 7-11 from the floor, 5 of 7 inside the arc, 2 of 4 from deep, and 3 of 5 at the line. He's also got 3 assists. And unsuccessful on that occasion for Tunisia. And Michael Roll knocks it away. That's a bad turnover for Angola. And Conceição almost comes up with a steal. El Malbrook puts up a 3 and takes the contact from Conceição. He was looking for the contact and he got it. First one is good. And the second. Boy, you can almost say these are daggers from Malbrook that he's throwing in here from the three-pointer at the end of the third quarter to the 3 free throws. And Roll causing a little bit of havoc there, reaching in. Layani in the game now. Played well in the first half. El Malbrook again. Now Conceição hands it off to Moore. Where do you start now for Angola? I mean, this has really just kind of gotten away from him, hasn't it? They get to make some shots. Conceição, long. It just all started to unravel kind of late in the third. And the 3 free throws just made by El Malbrook has just really made it, you could argue, almost insurmountable. I know that they could come back, but the way this game is going right now, Andrew makes the first one. But not the second. Bounce pass. And Layani called for the foul. Well, Maria needs to make these. Down 17 points with 7:52 remaining. And this is 2 free throws. If they do not win this game, Angola will drop to 6-3. Tunisia will be flexing their muscles, and they will be sitting pretty already with a spot in China at 9-0. Well, shot clock violation. Correa misses with a little jump hook. Reggie Moore has it. Right now, it's all about Angola trying to score points. Struggling. Well, if anybody can shoot it, it's Moore, and he gets Layani off his ground, takes the pump fake, so he goes to the line for 3. Yanni comes out. So Reggie Moore gets it back again. Second one has been made. First two have been made. And the third has been made, so gives a little bit of life back to Angola. Like 13 points if they can get a stop here, go down and score. And so it's an eternity to play. Just the way that Tunisia have had control here in the second half. It hasn't looked good for Angola. And Ramadan, little jump hook. Then he brought out the gun show. Did you see that? Conceição. Just can't get those threes to fall unless it's Reggie Moore. Roll steps into another three-pointer. So that, folks, is so many weapons you have to save for Tunisia, so many different areas where they can go, and forcing Angola to burn another timeout. Fascinating listening in to Coach Voigt there. He says he's going to learn a lot about his team from what he sees in this last 6 minutes. Well, Mel Brook has hit some big shots today. He's got 14 points now. Oh, explosion to the rim. That's goal interference, surely. I thought he hit it. Maybe it didn't. Maybe he got to it before it went off of the backboard. I have to see that block again. Mejri for three. He's going to take another one. Oh. I'm not sure about Mario Palma. What is he going to say about that? Obata. Behind the back pass by Roll. Shot clock about to expire. Elmel Brook. Oh, he banks it in. The bank is open. And it's Sunday in Tunis. Who would have thought it? Well, the buzzer sounds. This was the Elmo Brook three-pointer. Michael Roll hears the applause as he exits the game with Tunisia up by 22 points. I mean, this was a great game going back and forth. And they have just been able to open up a significant edge. And he takes his time and makes those two. So back to 20 points now. Ray got a hand on it, almost forced the turnover. I guess the one advantage that Will Voigt had with Nigeria was that he could speak English to his players, whereas with Angola, which I think Portuguese is the language, he has a translator. Look at Elmel Brook. I mean, look at Makram Ben Ramdam. I tell you, there's a man that he just only knows one thing: how to work. He's working. He doesn't take a break. Oh, Abada had a chance to extend the lead, but doesn't. Two shots awarded to Domingos, Gershon Domingos. First one is good from Domingos. Second one is not as Mesri. Grabs one of his many rebounds. He's in double digits today in that department. 12 rebounds. Mesri misses with the jump shot. more for three. $19 points the deficit. Tunisia want to turn the screw even more, no doubt. Ben Ramdam wide open. Kind of token pressure from Reggie Moore there. Continues to have big day, Makram Ben Ramdam. 24 points right now. Hand off to Morea, and Ben Ramdam fouls him. Salah Mejri, the hero of Tunisia, who obviously is the former AfroBasket MVP, plays in the NBA, leaves the floor to huge applause. Marais exits the game with a 21-point deficit for Angola. So, how will they view this adventure? Well, they beat Cameroon, which is important, and they beat Chad, who, I mean, clearly they were heavily favored against them, and they did beat them. This would have been the game where they really wanted to measure themselves, and obviously a lot at stake to try to get, in terms of getting to the World Cup and sewing up that place. I still think that Angola will get there. They have to finish in the top two or have the best third-place record. Oh, Leonel Paulo just hit with an unsportsmanlike foul. Excuse me, Yannick Moreda or Paulo. I think it was Leonel Paulo for raising his arm and taking exception to the close defending by Makram Ben Ramdam. So 2 shots and possession. $25 points for Makram Ben Ramdam. He's continued to have his struggles at the free throw line. So Omar Abada, look at that. At the other end of the floor, the Tunisians hugging each other. It's a good sign, really, for this national team program. Shows they're all together and also constantly looking up to the fans to keep them involved. Now, driving in. Here's the applause as he leaves the game. Here's some of the highlights from him tonight. Big performance from Makram bin Ramdan. Domingos' free throw makes it 80-60. Tanufi. So the question really for Tunisia is, they've still got 3 more games to play. How will they use those in the second round? They've still got to qualify. I mean, you can never play too many games. And Obata continues to turn it on with the three-pointer. So they will play obviously the same 3 teams again: Morocco, Egypt, and Angola. And Angola also plays the same 3 teams. So how are they going to fare? They will again play Tunisia, Morocco, and Egypt. And will they make it? And, part of that possibly depends on the next game between Cameroon and Egypt. Egypt have not given up the ghost yet, and also things depend on the other group. In case in case Angola were to finish 3rd, would that be enough to get there? Yanni with the rebound, hands it off. Final 45 seconds, ticking off the clock for these 2 teams in this window. Lahiani takes a 3. Now Morea is going to take it all the way for the dunk. So I'm guessing they'll just dribble it out. This is fair to say these 2 teams are rivals. I mean, they've met, big games over the years, so no love lost really. I think they respect each other. But at the same time, I mean, you can see as when Makram bin Ramdan had his little altercation with Leonel Paulo. But also you could see as Makram bin Ramdan went off. And that's what they're talking about right there. You just heard Mario Palma say, you have to respect us. Saying it to Morea, who I don't think he coached him, actually. He'd gone a long time ago. He'd gone a while back. But nevertheless, they know each other. So El Malbrook, it's 1 of 2. And again, another layup for Morea. And that's how it finishes. (84-64). Tunisia remain unbeaten in the World Cup African qualifiers. Angola slipped to 6-3. They're the numbers. Digest them. 12 threes for Tunisia. That was huge. 21 assists for Tunisia. Their offense runs a little smoother, I'd say. And that's the proof. 16 turnovers for Angola. That doesn't help their cause in that game. Just 9 for Tunisia. Michael Roll, what must he be thinking? Californian, loving the life, playing for Tunisia. Ramadan, not 25 points. Moore had 18. 5 of those coming from the three-point line. 3 from after when he was fouled while attempting a 3. Ramadan also had the 3 steals. See the crowd coming down, just a lot of the journalists and the TV crews getting the pictures here that they want with Salah Mejri coming back to play for the national team. So here's some of the second half highlights. So a lot of that. That was the gun show. Look at him. He's like, look at these muscles. Where can they get better, Angola? Well, they just need to get better in all facets of the game, really. Salah Mejri going up. He had his highlights tonight. Yeah, he's a real weapon, isn't he? El Malbouk. That was Reggie Moore. He hit so many threes tonight. He got his man off his feet. But by that time, it was pretty much done and dusted. Without a doubt, Tunisia was going to win it. And there's the gun show. There's the gun show as well. He really likes to do that, doesn't he? Makram bin Ramadan. So the final, once again, 84-64. Tunisia win it over Angola here in the African qualifiers. And again, Tunisia had already clinched their place in the World Cup coming into today. So it's been our pleasure bringing you these games, and we'll wait and see what happens with Angola as they also try to make it. So that's it. Thanks for watching, folks. And Group E as well, Tunisia 9-0, Angola 6-3, Cameroon 5-3, Egypt 4-4, Chad and Morocco down the bottom at 3-6. So the hunt for World Cup spots is still on.